coming at you from the comfort of my bed today, and in the same sketchbook, but I've just stuck in some dotted paper with some Pritt stick because I thought it might come in handy to have some sort of grid background for today's practice session. So as the title says, I'm doing some lettering or typography practice today. I feel like it's something I'd like to commit a lot more time to in the future. It really fascinates me to see how people put together letters and words and like the geometry and stuff behind it. But for now, I'm just kind of experimenting with it. So I started out with what I find to be the easiest kind of lettering. It's basically how I write already, just a bit more like swirly and up and down with a fancy R, and then obviously with added thickness in some bits to give the impression of like a fountain pen or a brush pen. Quick tip for anyone who wants to do this kind of writing: the line should get thicker on your downward strokes, so anytime the pen is going down towards you, that's where you would naturally apply more pressure and therefore give a thicker line if you were using a fountain pen or something. And just FYI, I jump around the page a lot in this one. I was just looking at a random word generator and trying to write the words in different styles rather than trying to put together this page as like a whole piece. And as you saw a second ago, this was quite a slow and careful process, or at least it started out like that, but I did have to speed it up quite a bit for this video, or this video would have been really long and taken forever to upload. So yeah, apologies if it goes quite quickly. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to compress my videos in the future so we can slow things down a bit and see it all in a bit more detail. The only other issue with that is that I never have enough to talk about for like more than 2 minutes at a time, and I don't want to ramble. So yeah, moved on to this ampersand here, and I think this ended up being my favourite thing on the page. And I had the sudden urge to add colour, and the only thing I had to hand by my bed was the highlighters that I use in my planner. So I went for a sunshiny yellow just to make it stand out. Then I wanted just to try a basic S. Well, I thought it would be basic, but I actually got it wrong where I placed the thicker edge, so there I just did it again how it was supposed to look. Those little mistakes are a great way to unlearn any assumptions you have about how something is drawn anyway. And then I started on this gothic looking thing that didn't even turn out to be a real letter. I liked the process of drawing in that way, and I just got a bit carried away with it. I spent a lot of time gridding this next one up, and then in the end I didn't really use the guidelines, so the E ended up being a bit too big for the rest of it and it was all a bit off balance, but I kind of fixed that with just a few decorative bits around it to even things out. I do think having the grid paper helped a huge amount, and it's just fun and different to draw on if you never have. It gives things a bit more structure. Then I liked the look of an uppercase L in this style, so I drew that in the background, but it kind of ended up merging with the word charming next to it. So I just kind of fiddled with it until it started to look like a separate piece again. A little bit of shading in the right place makes all the difference. And by this point, things were getting a bit messy. The sun was disappearing and my hands weren't very steady anymore. So that last one could have been better, but it was all good practice, and I'll definitely be doing more stuff like this in the future. So thanks for watching. I'll be doing some landscape painting tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. But hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.